Alright, hello everyone. Let's dive into another rapid game in the speedrun. Alright, we got the white pieces. Just quickly make sure it's not a cheating account. The guy's pretty consistent, so let's play. We got B4. Alright, we see D6. I don't actually see that one too commonly. Generally, bishop b2 is the next move, but I'm wondering if maybe d4 is playable. I'm thinking I could play d4 afterwards, though, if I want to. We're going to start here. Alright, a6. I have no idea what he's doing now. But I could take control of the center. I could go with c4. I could play e3 and wait to see what he does. d4 is probably also playable. The only thing is that, what's it called? d4 runs into... Oh, never mind. It doesn't even run into e6. I want to keep that open for now, though. We'll go c4. I was going to say the worry is that the bishop will threaten this, and then I move up, but there's no active threat. Alright, let's get some pieces involved, huh? Let's go knight to f3. He has successfully blocked both of his bishops. I don't know why. Alright, he double blocks his bishop, knight to d7. It doesn't really have a home here, though. I can make it so that it doesn't have a home here either. Do I want to do that? He's probably going to push d5 if I go d4. So I'm just going to be a little bit patient. I'm going to play e3 first. Alright, another pawn move, b6. Yeah, so d4 is still playable. I would have a lot of control over the center. Bishop e2 is playable, but I think that's kind of passive. I'd rather grab some space from him if he's going to give it to me. Because now if he plays d5, then my pawn is protected on c4, so I could worry about doing something with the b4 pawn instead. Okay, so he's threatening my knight on f3. A couple of things I can do. I can... I guess d5 is playable, actually. I don't know if I like it too much, though. d5, c6. Let's say I do nothing. He takes, I take, pawn takes, and then he's up a pawn. I could prevent against d5, maybe, by going knight c3. And then going for my move. I would like to play d5 somehow, but I don't know if it'll be possible soon. So let's put that on the back burner. Yeah, I could use it as like a tactic when he moves his bishop maybe to e7 or something. But for the time being, I think I would rather have my bishop on e2 than d3, because I'd like my queen to be able to go to b3 at a moment's notice if it wants to. So I'm just going to start with this. It's a move that has to be made anyway. I already grabbed some space. Knight f6. So now he's kind of encroaching a little bit. He could make his way over to the e4 square. So let me move my other knight. Let me just figure out where I want it. I kind of like c3 actually. Yeah, I like c3. Covering up these three squares, which I think are pretty important battlegrounds, or at least going to be. h6, another move that I think doesn't accomplish a whole lot of anything. What if I play d5 now? Pawn takes, pawn takes. And I have a pawn there, but he can just play c6 at a moment's notice, so that might still be premature. I can castle. I can also play queen to b3, and then make room for my rook to come to d1. I think that would be the more aggressive move. But I kind of like that. He doesn't have a way to threaten me off of b3, so we'll go here. Alright, that makes sense. He puts the rook on the same line as the queen. Now the move a5 could be coming. However, I think if he plays a5, I'll probably just push to b5. So I don't think I care about that. Is d5 playable yet? Pawn takes, pawn takes. I have two protectors over this square. Also leaves room for my knight to come forward to d4. Or I can move my rook to d1 right now. Which do I prefer? I could also play a4, just in case he's looking to play b5. I don't mind a4 actually. He's doing some moves that are kind of hindering his development, so I think I have time to play a4. Okay, so he plays c5. Does that bother me? Can I just play d5 in response? Could I play rook d1? All their moves look kind of tempting. Don't want to do them in the wrong order. I think c5 was a good move though. The only problem is that after c5 and I play d5, for example, and he captures on b4, I'm going to be forced to recapture with my queen, which is not the piece that I'm trying to recapture with. I know I don't want to capture because he's just going to take with b6, and then my queen is going to be exposed. Unless I capture a d-pawn, how does that look? Yeah, it looks like I kind of didn't get anything out of that. I'd rather block the bishop by going d5. Go ahead with d5. I want to do it now because I don't want him to be capturing that pawn. One other thing I could do is if he captures on b4 right now, I could take the pawn that's on e6, threatening his knight. The idea there being that he captures with the f7 pawn, and he has a rather weak king. Because he pushed really far on his queen side. Okay. That I think was like the worst way he could have played it, because now he blocks his own bishop. Yes, I think now I just close things up and I just play b5. And his bishop's rather useless. And his rook is a little out of place then too. Okay. So he's fine with it being closed. How do I remaneuver my pieces into a way I'd be happy with them? E4 to prevent this move. Makes sense. Queen could also come to C2, preventing this move. Yeah, I'm gonna start with the queen. And I could actually castle queenside here, because things are locked down. Okay, so he's trying to get his bishop into the game. Makes sense. How do I infiltrate this closed position that we have? How do I take advantage of it? Well, his knight on f6 is kind of annoying. Maybe I just plant my knight on e4, captures, and he's gonna move. Okay, he's gonna move his knight to f6 regardless, it seems. I could put my bishop onto d3 just to prevent any shenanigans. I could just castle queenside now and start an attack. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna castle. Shouldn't be possible to get a safer position than the one I have. Okay, that's an interesting one. G5. So I want to play h4. Then if he pushes, then I go knight to h2, but then he could push f5. So that's kind of no good. So maybe I play h3 for starters. I'll go h3. Then maybe I'll play knight to h2 next. And I can play something like a h4. I'm thinking the way I break the center though is going to be with this f4 square. So maybe I move out of the way and then I start pushing? Or do I line my rook up first? Well, as of now, he's gunning to play e4. So what if I bait him into thinking that's a good decision? Maybe rook here, pawn here, I move out of the way, and then I'm looking to play f3. But which rook do I move? Probably this one, right? I don't actually know. I mean, maybe there's a future for this rook here, so I'll move this one. There's actually a more immediate threat I saw too. I could go knight to d2. Knight d2 looks pretty nice. However, I like this position that this gives me. But anyway, I'm looking to play f4 here soon. So why don't I start with this so that he doesn't have the option of just pushing when I go here, for example. Okay, knight f8. So I have time to play this now. He can't push, so he's going to attack. I'm going to take, he's going to take, and then bishop here. I think that's just a one piece. Let's do it. If he chooses to do nothing, then I'm going to break open the center one way or another. Wow, so he actually moved all the way back. So I can capture now. I also could move my rook to f4, which I really like, actually. So I'm going to do that, just stack up the pressure. Really should have checked before I recorded a couple of videos if my mic is working, or it seems to be. But if he continues to do nothing, I think I'm going to take over here. Maybe get my bishop here, double the rooks, start threatening f7. Which isn't so easy to defend. I say that, of course, he has the first move, knight to f6, which actually threatens the bishop and defends the square, so maybe I have to think a little more outside the box. Well, this queen isn't doing anything on this diagonal. Maybe I take something like knight here, and then I like to exchange off these bishops. And then I have a pretty nice diagonal. Wow, okay, he just moves his king. Bishop g4 is playable. Yeah, I was not expecting that. Okay, well, I guess that's one way to get your king to safety, huh? Alright, I think I see a play. I'm going to start here. He's going to recapture, and then we get a check, which is also going after this pawn. I'm going to try it. Okay. So now here, and the only way to defend it completely would be to go right back, in which case I can drop even to like f2. Okay, so he's actually giving me the pawn. I'm not going to say no to a gift. Next, I think I'm going to double up the rooks. Though I would like to get my bishop on b2 into the game. So maybe I have to find a way to do that first. He's blocking, okay. So I'd like to get this knight out of the game. Or this bishop, sorry. So let's go knight to e4, get to a more central square, threaten his bishop. The bishop could come to g3, but I'm more than happy to bring my e1 rook to f1 regardless. Yeah, he's just going to exchange. Cool. Once again, though, this position is not easy for him to play. I don't mind g4 even, either. The only thing is it blocks my bishop. I would like to eventually be there myself. Okay, so he's going with a knight. So now if I double, he goes here. Do I take that trade? 2 knights. I think I take it. I also could start with this move just so this rook is paralyzed. I actually like that more. Now the rook can't come to one of those 2 squares. It's not so easy to kick that knight either. If he wants to move his king to, like, I don't know, d8 for example, yeah, then what I'll do is I'll just get my other knight involved. So if he takes, I'll take here. And now my other move should be pretty simple. Bishop 2. Ooh. That is something I did not see. Okay, is that problematic? I think it might be. Well, I could slide my rook over to a7, and I don't think he can shut me out of the game. I could also bring it over to g7, in which case I think I'm more so in the game. I also have a tactic where I could take this pawn, takes, and then I'm grabbing a rook. The only thing is, takes. He does have this move available, which is a bit annoying. So I guess I get a pawn and a rook. He's getting my knight and a rook? Is that right? Or no, I'm getting a pawn, a knight, and a rook, I'm sorry. That's what I'm getting. Although now if he moves his rook out of the way, let's say for example like g8, then I'm kind of forced to make a decision. probably then I go a7. Actually, no, he can't go rook g8. I apologize. That doesn't even work for him. So what if I were to take that with a rook, then he's forced to capture with one of these knights, in which case I get this move, then I get the rook. Am I happy in that scenario? Rook takes, knight takes, for example, check. Then I'll take this, threatening both rooks simultaneously. I think that works out tactically. Check. Ooh, that's kind of blocked by the knight though. Maybe that does not work tactically. Alright. So I donated him a rook by accident. That's not good. So do I take? Do I just get out? I think getting out is probably within my best interest. Then maybe getting another piece in there. Yeah. Let's retreat for the time being. Although maybe I retreat here. Yeah, that was an oopsie. That was a bad calculation. I gotta be careful here, because I think I'm still winning, but if his rooks get involved, then I am not winning. If he takes, I think I do this as an in-between move. Check here, for example, here. And then I'm up a rook for the knight, and he has to move away somewhere. When he moves away somewhere, then I can likewise move away somewhere, right? Or at least improve my position. Don't tell me he's gonna resign. But I'm thinking here, the only problem is this. Take the rook. Oh, I actually have a passed pawn here I could use. Maybe I'll do that. So here takes, sorry, other way around. Takes, check, goes after it, I take. If he wants to recapture this, he's going to be dropping the knight. Yeah, so I want to capture here. But now it's going to be a little bit of a chore finding a good square for my bishop to go to, because he just took away two of them. Well, first things first, I think I'm going to go rook here to f5 and try making some space for myself. I guess I gotta go here. Problem is he could double his rooks now, which is a tad bit annoying. I'm gonna pick up this pawn, or I'm gonna try to. I have to be careful though, because I could lose this bishop. He could go here, for example. I grab this. Rook grabs here, bishop here. If rook comes back, I need something to do there. Okay, do I go after the knight first while it doesn't have a safe square? I like that idea. Actually, say he defends it, for example. Takes, knight check into taking. Doesn't seem bad. Wow. Jeez. What a move. So if I take the knight right now and he pushes, then I think this stops it, but then we get here, here, and he takes, and he's going to be promoting Edwin my bishop. So I can't really let that happen. Wow. Do I have any sort of checkmate that could happen here? Check. I don't see one. There's also the matter that he could just go this way. Then what do I do? I think I have to take that no matter what. This sucks. This is a strong move. You actually can't defend this with a rook either. I just realized, because then this check just wins it. But hopefully what this means is that he's going to be moving the knight somewhere. So I have this move and I have this move. They're both pretty tempting. I like the one that threatens a piece. We'll do that. If he goes here, I think I just drop back. Captures, I'm winning a knight. Or I'll have a discovery check. Alright, so now I have two connected passers, so if I could make use of those, that'd be very good for me. I've used up a lot of my time here too. even though I had one fumble, I think I still have a better position. I just need to not blow it. I also have to be careful because he might just try to threaten my rook. Then I'm gonna be forced to move this somewhere. Yeah. So check here is not bad. I still defend this. The other thing is I want to march this pawn. I wouldn't be able to do that anytime soon if I did that. What if I lead off with a check? Where's he gonna go? Maybe a check and then I go here? Yeah, I also defend the bishop that way, so I like this. Okay, check. And I'll move here and then I'll start marching my pawn. Cool. Here. Rook can't go there because my knight's going to take it. King can't go this way. Knight has no threats on my rook. I think I just push pretty happily. Oof, I didn't think of that. Check. And push. Ooh, I could actually ignore that, huh? Takes, check. I'm going to be grabbing this. Cool. I really want to play e4 anyway, so this works out perfectly for me. And as soon as they connect on e5 and d5, I think I'll be quite happy. Tactics will be overflowing. Nine minutes should be enough time to close this out. Okay. So I'll just push here to defend. Then I'm looking to play d6 is my next tactic. My rook could come over to g7 soon. I could push my h-pawn so that it's a threat as well. A couple of fun moves. Alright, so he's moving his knight. If I play e6, I think he just blockades me and goes right back. So I don't really like that too much. Other than I could play knight to e4. That's not bad. If I check the king right now, I'm making some progress, I guess. Yeah, he can only go this way. I'm gonna do that just because it gives me tempo. It can't be bad. It could very well be bad, but we'll see. Okay, so he's actually gonna sack for it. Alright, I can't say that's bad. So I'm up material, but not nearly as much. So it's gonna be a little more difficult. Let's see, I have check available. This knight is not really protected. This knight could actually come over to e4. I think it'd be happiest. Let's do that. Okay. So check here actually forces him on the back rank, which is quite nice. Let's do that. Then I have this bishop that's still coming. This knight can get into the game. Yeah, I should have enough pieces here to do something cool. First, let's not hang that piece, so let's move it. We threaten check right here. This here will be mate, so he has to go this way, so I got some more tactics. Okay. Check. Have another check. Just to go here. Unfortunately, this is not mate as of yet, but I do have this move. Then he goes here. Again, not ideal. I can go here and start threatening the pawns. I can just go with my rook and start threatening the pawns. He might sack this, but that's fine for me. Let's go here. Alright, I might have to stop talking here in a second when I get lower on time and just play. Yeah, I could just defend that by going here. The only problem is that he has rook there. But yeah, I have a check at the end of it, and then I can reposition. Actually, I maybe should have started with that check. Because check, and either of these squares drops a rook. I don't think that move's going anywhere, though. And again, his checks will not last forever. He actually can't even check me here, so they last very little time. Ugh. Yeah, so check, and I will win the rook. Excuse me. I'd say something to you guys just to not make it be so boring, but I just woke up, so I'm gonna give up on that idea. I'm sure you guys can be okay. I will say these longer time formats are, there we go, are helping me getting ready for tournament play, just with the longer time that I'm spending on the openings. But let's see if I have a game review left over. I don't. Question, they're not going to show me how many moves were brilliant or great? Alright. I do want to see what my accuracy was, though, so I'm actually going to switch accounts real quick. Forgive me. Monkey moves. Let's review this one. Let's see if I beat my 88% from yesterday. Wow, that was not a very accurate game, though. 79.6. I had a brilliant move, though. That's good. Probably that pawn push, if I had to guess. Yeah, I actually was dead even for a little bit. I don't see why. Knight d6 was the brilliant move. Don't ask me why, because I have no idea. Because I misplayed whatever came afterwards. Oh, no, I see. That's why I was good. Okay. But, yeah, what happened in the middle of this game? Where did I drop the ball? Oh, right. When he gave him my rook. That's what it was. I miscalculated that. I had to pretty much earn back my advantage. Let's see. If I didn't recapture and took the knight, is that losing? It's a draw, apparently. Okay. But here they liked everything. They really just said e4 was good. What else do I play? Knight e4 I don't like. It blocks my pawn from pushing. I mean, I could push this pawn, but I'd rather get them both next to each other, working in coordination. I don't blame myself for that move. I feel like I made the human answer. I don't like d6 either. Figures. Ooh, yeah, actually. This move is really good. Because if you go here, then that's just checkmate. So you gotta go that way, and then you could push to your heart's content. King's never gonna get in the way. Not a bad conversion, though. I did fine. Yeah, cool. I only got 6 points, though, which kind of blows. But thank you for watching. Hope you guys learned something, and I will catch you on the next one.